I was attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I met my husband on the Madison Metro bus. Instantly became my best friend. For the next 14 years, everything was great. I would never have guessed that what was going to happen was going to happen. My husband walked through the door and I did not recognize this man. He had dilated eyes. He was tripping out. He told me he was bisexual and that he had been betraying me with men for 14 of our 17 years.
We're back with Sara, who's experienced pain and trauma throughout her life, including the ultimate betrayal by her husband. You know, when it comes to betrayal and healing, people talk a lot about forgiveness. So, Sara, how did you start that process with your ex?
You know what's interesting is you cannot mindset healing, you cannot mindset forgiveness, okay? Everything needs, when you're healing, to come in alignment with, I believe, your mind, body, your spirit, your heart, right? And so when I went through the forgiveness process, I realized that it needed to start with self-forgiveness. Where can I learn more deeply about myself in my own self-forgiveness? And then it went into forgiveness for others. Here's why you also start with forgiveness for self, because don't give away your power to somebody else before first finding and having that empowerment with self, right? So self-forgiveness, forgiveness for others, and then forgiveness for the world, because there were a lot of people in society that, let's just face it, let me down during this and let my husband down during this. And so I think that the most important piece was to go through the process of, starting with self. Understanding also, forgiveness does not have to be that difficult. You can have fun with it, right? Healing is not linear. So when we can look at it through an adventurous lens, when we can look at it through the creative lens, we also understand that forgiveness always, always, always comes back to love.
On that note, you recently had a revelation regarding your firstborn son not knowing the truth about his biological father, that you had decided to keep your pregnancy, the pregnancy related to your rape at 17. So explain that to us.
I realized that while my ex-husband, my former husband, was going through the space of betrayal, we were also betraying our son by not giving him his truth of what happened to me at 17. We didn't tell him until he was about 13 years old-ish. I would completely do it differently today, by the way. I would have told him in a very child manner what had happened in a way that would work for him, younger than I did. What it's done is made me realize that, guess what? As parents, we're not perfect. We do need to stand in our truth. We need to respect our kids. We need to respect their truth, be honest, right? Forthright, authentic, vulnerable, and be able to say, I'm sorry. And so being able to simply say, I'm sorry to my children in many, many different ways has allowed them to see me as an imperfectly perfect human being.